It's the ASMR Ryan here, and as you can see, I'm surrounded by all my Funko Pops. I haven't done a collection video in a very long time, and I keep getting requests to make one. So, not only are we going to be looking at my entire collection, but I'm also going to be giving away this Alex DeLarge, a Clockwork Orange Pop. All you have to do is follow the instructions on the screen, and you are entered to win a chance to win this pop. So, without further ado, let's get started. Alrighty everyone, here we are with all my pops. We have some to our sides. There's more on the floor because I can't fit them on the table. And I know you all love collecting pops too, which is why I'm doing this Alex DeLarge, a Clockwork Orange Pop giveaway. You just need to look at the description and the pinned comment on how you can enter to win this baby. I already have another one, so I don't need two, so I'm going to look for a nice home for this one. Doesn't matter where you live, I will ship this international so everybody can participate. Don't forget to look at the rules down below. And now, let's get started on looking at my pops. Now, the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to be showing the pops that mean the most to me in the beginning, and then we're just going to kind of go down that list, whether it's how much it's worth, the rarity, or just the person who bought it for me, or if it's signed, or if it's not signed, if it's my favorite movie, if I just think it looks cooler than the other ones. But that's pretty much the scale I'm going on. So the first pop we're going to take a look at is my Captain Spaulding pop. Now, if you all know who Captain Spaulding is, he's a character from House of Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects. Also, he was in 3 from Hell, but he was one of the first pops I ever got, and if you can see there, I even got it signed by Sid Haig himself. If you guys know who Sid Haig is, he's obviously the actor who played Captain Spaulding, but unfortunately he did pass away recently, so this kind of just reminds me of the moment I met him and how nice he was and how he was kind enough to sign this for me and just was a really all-around great guy and an awesome actor. So this one, I would say, is at the top of my list because it just means a lot to me. He's a good actor and he's gone too soon, so that's my Captain Spaulding pop. Let's move on to more of my horror pops just because I really like them. I would say the next pop that I like very, very, very much is the Ghostface pop, which is from one of my favorite horror movies, Scream. This one I think just looks really cool. You can't really see it because he's in the case, but he has a knife in there, and his knife looks really, really cool. There's a little bit of blood splatter on there, and as you all know, one of my favorite masks in the entire horror community is the Ghostface mask. To me, his entire costume is just really iconic. It just kind of gives me that classic, cheap Halloween costume feel, which is really, really cool. So definitely Ghostface was one of the first ones I got and is still one of my favorites to this day. So that's my Ghostface one. We're just gonna kind of go through the horror ones first and, hit The Office and my video game ones and my TV show ones after, just because I really do enjoy my horror ones. Another one of my favorites is my Jack Torrance pop from The Shining. Now, I think this one's really cool because there's a bunch of blood splatters on the box, and it even says red rum on there in blood, which is really, really cool. I like how crazy he is. They also have the frozen variation of him, which is really, really cool, but I don't know, I just seem to like the classic looking one. And, the side with the carpet design is really cool. On the back it shows that you can collect also Wendy and Danny, which is awesome. I don't have either of them, but I know the actor who played Danny Torrance is going to be at Monsterpalooza this year in Pasadena, which is a super cool horror convention I go to every year. So check it out, Monsterpalooza. It's awesome. And yeah, it's just really, really cool. So that's my Jack Torrance one. And let's move on. I would would say another favorite that I recently got, or my brother got for me, I do need to say that my brother got me the majority of these pops. He's super awesome, and he's really into pops himself, so whenever he sees one that he knows I would like, he gets it for me. So I really love him for that. He got me Lady Liberty from the Purge election year. It's one of my favorite Purge movies. It's really, really cool. And yeah, I think she just has a really cool design to her. As you all know, I have my Lady Liberty mask that I made myself. That you guys didn't believe that I made myself, but I did. And I was Lady Liberty for Halloween like 2-3 years in a row. And I just love this concept. I wish she would have been kind of bigger in the movie. But yeah, Purge election year is definitely one of my favorites. Not as much of a favorite as the next pop I'm going to show you though. Which is, of course, my all-time favorite Purge movie. The Purge Anarchy. Now, The Purge Anarchy, I think, is the perfect Purge film. It follows pretty much every type of class in the Purge movie, and the God Mask was one of my favorites in the entire movie. So there's him waving God. You know, I don't think he actually has a name in the movie, but he is played by one of my favorite actors out there. He totally forgot his name, but he was also in Get Out and everything. But it's just really, really cool. And this was definitely a mask that I had to have when I first saw the movie. So when my brother got me the pop, I was like, I didn't even know they had Purge pops. So Purge pops, they have the Kiss Girl, they have the Teddy Bear, and the Betsy Ross. I wish they would have came out with one for the first Purge, with the guy with the nose mask thing that I made in a video a long time ago. And I wish they would have made one for the Smiling Man mask from the first movie. I think that would be cool, because I would have a pop for each Purge movie, which is a lot of fun. Also, I'm sorry for that. I think we just had a little bit of a blackout, which is kind of weird, but we'll just keep on moving. But, yeah, it's definitely really cool, and I love it very, very much. The next one I'm going to show you guys is my Alex DeLarge pop, which is the one that you can win. This is the one that's in my personal collection, and it's just really, really cool. He's one of my favorite, characters in any horror movie. A Clockwork Orange is one of my favorite horror movies in general. So his character is just so collected, and he's a gentleman, and he's a psychopath. He does really bad things, but is still able to kind of carry himself like a gentleman, which is really funny to me, and just Stanley Kubrick can do no wrong in my eyes. So when it comes to his movies, and I just think this is really, really, really cool. And people say it's a rare pop. I'm not sure if that's correct. Like I said, I don't know many things about pops, but all I know is that when I show people this, they are like, how do you have that pop? Oh my god. And I'm like, it's one of my favorites. So you can win one. Apparently it's rare. So yeah. The next up, let me just kind of bring these in here. Next up, we have these horror pops as well. We have Leatherface, which is a really funny one to me. You can see the back there. They have the poster. They have him there. And he looks really funny to me just because of his chainsaw. His chainsaw just looks so tiny compared to his head. And I always thought that was really funny. So, he looks really cool. I love the blood on his chainsaw, and I like the way they made his mask look and everything. I definitely think it's a really solid job on this entire pop, so it's a favorite as well. Let's see. I do like the Michael Myers pop. I'm not sure. I thought I heard something about this one being rare as well. But it's really cool pop. Michael Myers is one of, if not the most iconic horror movie slasher out there. He's the one that's basically spoofed the most. And his mask is iconic, his overalls, his knife, the whole kitchen knife thing. It's just, he was basically, the guy, and still is to this day. So he's a really good pop. This was among one of the first ones that they came out with in the horror line. I think this is number 3 in their horror line. So Halloween's one of my favorite horror movies, and Michael Myers is just a complete badass, which is really cool. So I love this one, and I think it's great for the collection. We have another really colorful one that I like, which is Chucky. Now, I got this Chucky from Child's Play 2, because to me, that is one of my favorite looking Chuckies. They gave him the stitches in this one, which is kind of weird, because I don't really recall him having that many visible stitches in the second movie. I would say in like Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky, that definitely, came out to be a little bit more messed up in the face, which I like that look a lot more, but this was a gift, and I love it. And on the back, you can even see the cover art for the Child's Play 2 movie. And I'm so sorry if you guys can hear my dog in the background. He snores a lot, and I'm not sure if you can see him laying down back there, but a lot of you are like, what's that noise in the background? It's my dog. He snores, and I'm too much of a human being to not put him outside. He needs to be in here. He knows he's in trouble. So, this is my Chucky one. I think his knife looks really cool. His overalls, the coloring on his shirt and his shoes, he looks great. So, that's Chucky. One of my next pops that I want to show as an airplane goes by us. Again, guys, I'm really sorry if you hear these noises. This is just supposed to be more of a chill kind of video. I just want to be myself and hang out with you guys, because I'm always doing role plays and stuff. So it's really fun when I get to talk about horror movies with you guys, because I know you guys appreciate it. So the next one I have is my Freddy Krueger pop. Now, I know, a lot of you guys are asking me to do a Freddy Krueger roleplay. I've had the hat, the gloves, and the sweater for over a year, maybe even 2 years now. I just really want to do it right. The makeup I'm really scared of getting wrong, and the storyline, the plot, I really, when I do my horror roleplays especially, I really want to make them good for you guys. So I hope you all can bear with me and have patience, because when it does come, I'm sure it's going to be great. So he looks really, really cool. I think they could have done a little bit better on his burns. It just doesn't look as accurate. I know not many of these are supposed to be accurate. They have more of that cartoon kind of look to it. But other than that, the sweater, the glove, everything looks really cool. So that's Freddy Krueger. I'm running out of room where to put these. Also, you can't have Freddy without my boy Jason. Excuse me. Jason is one of my favorite slashers. I know I've been saying that about every movie and everything, but when it comes to the icons, Freddy, Hellraiser, or Pinhead, Michael Myers, Leatherface, Jason, all these people, I can't choose. Ghostface, So, Jason is a complete awesome monster that can't be stopped. And one thing that always bothered me about this pop is, if you look at the picture, his hockey mask is white, but if you look at the pop, his hockey mask is yellow. So that's just a little inconsistency that always kind of bothered me. His mask has a little bit of dirt on it when the picture just shows him completely clean, completely nice. So it's just a little confusing for me, but his machete looks cool. It's nice and bloody. His outfit is nice and torn up, so I would say they went for more of the Freddy vs. Jason looking Jason on this one. just because of his outfit makes him look like that. So that's Jason, and we're coming up on the end of our horror pops. We're going to talk about Reagan. Let me just get the rest of my horror pops real quick. Okay. Okay. I told you guys we have a lot, so it's going to be a pretty long video, but I hope you're relaxing with me. So, next we have the Reagan pop from The Exorcist, which was also a gift. I love this pop, and I love how, the vomit is all over the box, which is kind of gross, but as someone who loves horror movies, that's awesome. And yeah, she's just really, really cool. And I think that it's just a really well-designed pop. Not one of my favorites, but how can you have a pop collection without having Reagan from The Exorcist? You need that. Just trying to wake up happy so he doesn't snore too much for you guys. Next is one of my all-time favorite franchises, if I have to talk about all the movies, is the Saw franchise. I know a lot of you are hearing me say that, and you're like, it got worse and worse as it went, but for me, I just enjoy the movies. It's kind of like the Purge movies. They're guilty pleasure movies, But yeah, Billy from Saw is a really cool pop. I think they designed him really, really well. I kind of wish he had like a tricycle. That would be really, really cool, but it's just him in his suit, so. And on the back there, you kind of just get the saw with the bathroom tiles and the blood. So, a fairly simple pop, but gotta have that icon. Next, you have Ash from Army of Darkness, which I think is really cool because, if you guys can't tell, I like the weapons on all my pops. And this, he has a chainsaw hand and a shotgun, or he calls it a boomstick. But Army of Darkness is a really, really funny and cool movie. If you guys haven't seen any of the Evil Dead movies, I really recommend them. I think all of them are really good. But yeah, definitely check out those movies. Very cool pop. And I regret not getting Bruce Campbell to sign this. I had him sign another Evil Dead NECA figure collectible. That one's worth more, so I thought, that would be better for him to sign. I also had him sign my movies too, so that's really cool. We have Hannibal from The Silence of the Lambs. It's a really cool movie. I'd be lying to you guys if I said I saw it more than 4 times. I think my entire life I've only seen it 4 times, but it's pretty disturbing. It's very long, but I think this was one of the first horror movies to win an Oscar, or be nominated for Best Picture, or something like that. I think it was the first horror movie that won Best Picture at the Oscars, because you guys know, when it comes to the Academy and the Oscars, they do not care about horror movies. Hereditary was one of the best movies of its year, and Midsommar was a great movie, and none of them got nominated. It's if you've seen Hereditary and Midsommar, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those movies are masterpieces, and they didn't get nominated, so there's my rant. Next up, we have Alien, which isn't my favorite horror movie. I'm not a big fan of the Alien franchise. However, it's iconic. I had to get it for my collection, and I think he looks really cool because he has his little alien mouth coming out of his mouth there. He's a xenomorph. But, yeah. I don't know much about the Alien franchise, so I'm not going to comment too much on it. I always hate it when people talk about things and they're like, I think that's his name, but they're completely wrong, so I'm not going to be that person. Next up, we have Norman Bates from Psycho, a classic horror movie. I love the way they designed this pop because it's very obvious he's wearing a wig and he's dressing up as his mother to go murder people in showers. A fun fact about Psycho is we all know about the iconic bathroom scene. You can see it in the background here of that picture. You can see a girl screaming. That bathroom scene, actually, I want you guys to guess what they used for blood in that scene. Way back when Alfred Hitchcock was making that movie, everything was black and white. Obviously, if you go see the movie, it's still in black and white, but you see blood come down after he stabs her in the shower. What do you think they used for that, huh? Any guesses? Chocolate syrup. That's right. Freaking Alfred Hitchcock was just splattering some on his sundae, his little banana split, and he was like, you know what, this would look cool for blood in my movie. So basically, as they're filming that scene and Norman Bates is stabbing, I forgot the main character's name, but I forgot. As, you know, she's pretending to get stabbed, he's just there squirting chocolate syrup all over her and putting it in the bathtub, which I thought was really, really clever because, like I said, it's in black and white. No one will know what it is, and it just had the right consistency for blood. So, fun fact right there. Very cool pop. The next one I have is Pennywise the Dancing Clown from It. Now, this is the original It. I'm gonna mess up his name. Tim Curry. I'm so sorry if I messed up his name. I'm pretty sure that's his name, but yeah, if I messed that up, I'm so sorry. I haven't got the new one because I kind of wanted to just stick with the classics, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get it because this new Pennywise by Bill Skarsgård is, in my opinion, a lot better just because he's way more terrifying and he did perfect. I love the voice, I love everything. So this is Tim Curry's Pennywise, and I liked the movie a little bit. I mean, looking back at it now, it's not that good of a movie, and I know a lot of you are going to come for my throat, but analyze the movie. It's like a mini-series, you know what I mean? It's like almost 4 hours long. The dialogue, the way they portray things, it's not super good. By far, Tim Curry's performance saves the movie, but I can't help but give my opinion on all these movies, but I think the pop is really nice. That is going to do it for the horror pops that we have. Yeah, no more horror pops. Now we're going to be moving on to the Office pops, which are my favorite. My brother got me almost, I think we're missing like 2, almost every single Office pop in the entire series. If you guys know, I am a huge Office fan. I am a giant Office fan, so I recently got to meet them, the majority of the cast, and I had them sign a shirt that I'm gonna, hang up on a frame and display in my room. But we have all the pops here, and we're gonna be looking at them. Obviously, my favorites are the main characters, so we're gonna start with the man, the myth, the legend, Michael Scott. Michael Scott is one of the greatest television characters in the history of all of television. I think he's hilarious. He's awesome. And when we lost him, I still enjoyed The Office. Not a lot of people liked The Office after he left. I will agree that it kind of went downhill, but I still enjoyed it because, yeah. But, yeah, this one's really cool. He has his World's Best Boss mug there, which I have as well, over there next to my Dundee Award and my Dwight Schrute bobblehead. If you guys want me to do like an entire collection video for all my collectibles, including pops, my figures, my masks, my helmets, my memorabilia, you let me know and I will do that because, as you can tell, I talk fast and I love talking about these these things, I can go for hours. So, Michael Scott, there's not much to say about him. He's a really funny dude, and definitely my favorite pop out of the entire Office collection that we have. I will get this one out of the way because it's a, scene from it. It's one of those, Funko Pop scene things. This is The Office when Michael gives Toby the rock for his retirement gift, and it says, "Suck on this," which is suck rocks. But it's really, really funny. I think they did a great job with it. Sorry if the lighting is a little off there, if it's a little bright, but I think it looks really, really cool. There's a lot of glare, so I'm trying my best not to get that glare on there, but yeah, just a really funny scene. And my brother, when he saw the pops, was like, I have to get him all of them, so he got me this one too. So I love you, Chris. Thank you. So sorry about that. I just dropped the pop. Let's see. We're just gonna go random on these now, but Daryl Philbin, pretty cool. I love Craig Robinson. He's a really good actor. I liked him in the movie This at the End. You know, pretty much any movie he's in, I really like him. And, yeah. Daryl starts getting a bigger role, towards the end of the series, which I thought was really good because I always liked his character from the beginning, so. Daryl, everybody. Now we have more pops on the ground after this one, but we have about maybe 20 pops left, so. We have the iconic scene of Kevin Malone spilling his chili. As you can see, he's holding his little pot of Kevin's world-famous chili, which I thought was really funny. I met this actor, which is Brian Bogheimer, or Bobmerter, something like that. His last name is really weird, search him up, but he's a really funny guy. He has a very deep voice, and I remember when I first heard his voice was when I was watching The Office bloopers, and he was just saying something in Kevin's voice, and then he laughed and started talking normally, and I'm like, dude, this guy does not sound like his character. But Kevin Malone, very funny character, and I think this pop is awesome too. We have Pam Beesly, which is played by the lovely Jenna Fisher. I would give anything to meet Jenna Fisher. She is incredible. I thought she was really funny. She's a great actress, and I follow her on Instagram. She does a lot of fun Instagram stuff, and yeah, I wish I could meet the entire cast of The Office, but they have her there in her little white sneakers and her pink little cardigan. I forget what episode she was wearing that exact outfit, but I remember seeing her wearing that, so it's kind of funny seeing them in a small, Funko Pop form. I always wonder, how it feels to be a celebrity and see, a miniature version of you on someone's shelf. It's just weird. I don't know, but yeah, Pam Beesly. And you can't have Pam without having Jim Halpert. Definitely one of the better characters on the show. I don't know why they did this, but if this is his official pop, and they put the "Hello, my name is Dave" thing on his shirt. I'm not sure if you can see the sticker, but God, I'm not sure why it's so bright. But yeah, he has that on him, and I just kind of wish they didn't put that on there, because it's that's one of his outfits, yeah, but why not just make him normal like you did with Michael Scott and Pam? But I'm not judging you, Funko. You make great products. So that's Jim. Next up, we have Dwight Schrute, which I think is most people's favorite character. Mine is Michael Scott, but Dwight definitely carried this entire series on his back as well. He is amazing, as everyone is on the show. I'm not saying anyone is bad, but his character just kept people coming back for more because he's just so weird and he's always getting himself into some weird like situations. So Dwight's awesome. They have his little pager on his belt there with his phone. So I think they got everything right on this one. I love it. So yeah, there's Dwight. We have these three. Andy Bernard, which is the Nard dog. If you guys saw that Office collab that I was a part of, I played Andy Bernard. And those like Instagram filters that are like, what, Disney character are you? What Office character are you? Every time I did it, I got Andy Bernard, so it made me like, dude, I played him in a collab. Every time I take a test, it's like, you're Andy, so really did-do. I guess I'm Andy. But yeah, very, very cool. They have him with his banjo there, and I'm pretty sure he's ready to serenade Pam with a song. Just trying to make sure Happy doesn't fall asleep. And now we have different variations of characters, so not just Michael Scott, we have Prison Mike, which is one of the funniest things I've ever seen on TV was when he went into his character. Spoiler alert, if you're this far into the video, you deserve to know because you're a true fan, but I'm planning on doing a Prison Mike roleplay. I already have the bandana, and I've been so nervous to record it because I don't know how to make it long, I don't want to make a 5-minute ASMR video. If I'm going to make a video, it's going to be like at least over 15 minutes. I'll try to get it like that, but I really want to do a Prison Mike, video. The Dementors. I'm Prison Mike. I don't know. Also, it's really hard to do the accents when you're whispering or when you're soft speaking, but yeah, it would be cool to have a Prison Mike photo shoot someday. I'm just gonna get a drink of water here. Lastly, in the Office collection, we have Jim Halpert pretending to be Dwight Schrute. So, yeah, this is the identity theft is not a joke Jim type thing, where he pretended to be Dwight. I don't really like this pop that much because it's the exact same thing as the Dwight one. It's just like somewhat of different glasses with like his phone is black instead of silver and like his eyebrows are different, but I don't know, I just felt like it's pretty much the same thing as the Dwight one. So if you have one, you pretty much have the other. It just has a different name on there, so it's still a cool one though. If you get the entire collection, you need to get the entire collection. Let me get these last pops on the table. Give me a second. So these are the last pops. Since they're last, I pretty much didn't have them in a category. We have some Star Wars pops. We have some TV show pops. Or we just have Stewie. We have Enchantress from Suicide Squad. And we have John Ruth the Hangman from The Hateful Eight. And my boys, Arbiter and Master Chief from Halo. I'm just going to run through these pretty quickly. This was a gift from my dad. I wasn't a huge fan of Suicide Squad, but then again, I didn't hate the movie. I understand it was pretty messy, but I don't think it deserved that much hate. I Star Wars, we have Poe Dameron here. I am okay with the new trilogy, kind of, episode 7, 8, and 9. You know, I liked episode 7, The Force Awakens. They went safe, and they pretty much made A New Hope again with new characters. I don't like what they did to Luke Skywalker. I think they ruined him. And I'm not going to get into a rant about it, but you guys know what I mean. I really want to get back into movie reviews because I just like talking about them. So we have the best part of the entire new trilogy, Kylo Ren. I think Adam Driver did an incredible job playing Kylo Ren. He basically portrayed him as this like young, weak, yet strong, frustrated dude. Like, there were times where I thought he was too much of a crybaby, but I guess that's where you be. Like, he was really conflicted. I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't seen any of the movies, but he was my favorite part of the entire trilogy, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other fans would say the same, so I got him as a pop. John the Hangman Ruth, or John Ruth the Hangman, from The Hateful Eight. I love Quentin Tarantino. I like all of his movies, and this was a gift, I believe, from my brother, and he was one of my favorite characters in the whole movie, so it's fun to get little pops here and there of characters that you like from movies. And finally, we have Master Chief and the Arbiter. I am a huge Halo fan. I grew up on Halo 3 and Halo 2 on the Xbox. Both of those games were life-changing to me. You know, I'm pretty sure it's different for this generation, but I remember being like in 6th grade and Halo 3 came out, and not even 6th grade, I was in elementary school, because I remember when I was leaving school, my dad was waiting by the gate to pick me up, holding up the Legendary Edition of Halo 3, because it came in this giant box with Master Chief's helmet and everything, and I will never forget that moment. And I remember going home, and I just spent all day on video games. It was magical. You know, back then, on Xbox Live, everybody had their mic in. It was still pretty toxic, but it was a different experience than what it is now. So Master Chief and the Arbiter will always have a special place in my life. If I decide to get some tattoos, I'm gonna get some Halo tattoos right next to all my horror movie tattoos, because the campaign, everything was life-changing for me. So I'm definitely going to be playing all the games, Halo 1 through 5, in preparation for Halo Infinite. I'm really excited for that game, and I can't wait to see what it's going to be about. And follow me on Twitch. I believe the link is in the description if you guys want to see me do more gaming stuff. All my gaming is pretty much over there, and my brother got me these, so huge shout out again to my brother for Master Chief and the Arbiter. I love them very much. So yeah, guys, let me just double check. That's pretty much it. We covered all my pops, and I brought this baby out again to let you know to please enter the giveaway. I believe the rule, I'm going to go through the rules after I upload this video, but I'm just going to make you guys if you want to enter, subscribe to the channel, of course, like this video, follow me on Instagram. That's right.